Welcome to the Studio 2121 podcast, a mental health and wellness podcast brought to you by Westbrook Heath Services.
Hi, I am Kevin Trippett, President and CEO of Westbrook Heath Services. So Westbrook Heath Services recently received a grant from the federal government to be a comprehensive community behavioral health center, otherwise known as CCBHC. So with CCBHC and our funding, currently we are grant funded for that designation. We are working very hard with Medicaid to create a permanent reimbursement mechanism for CCBHCs. The importance of that is being comprehensive and all-serving in behavioral health. So it enables us to add what we call care coordinators so that we can help manage the whole health of an individual. It gives us the ability for those that we serve that are seeking behavioral health services to also help those individuals manage their primary health care, help them understand that we can connect you to services instead of you having to go to the emergency room. It gives us the ability to work with law enforcement so that we can ride along with them to when they run into individuals, we can help law enforcement understand how to handle individuals appropriately that are experiencing a behavioral health crisis versus a potential law enforcement issue. So we really hope that we create a more collaborative effort community-wide so that individuals are treated with dignity and respect, get the services that they need, and in the end, we feel like we can help individuals lead to a much healthier lifestyle. The studies show that individuals with behavioral health challenges often have a lower life expectancy. And I believe that's mainly due to them individuals experiencing behavioral health challenges really don't understand how healthcare plays a role in their vital well-being. So that is where we will come in with our care coordinators. We will help these individuals get connected to all the services that they need in the healthcare arena, not just the services that we provide. And, my hope is that we are able to provide a healthier outcome for those individuals. And it's also important to me that we provide a healthier situation for our staff as well. We value our staff. We don't want staff to be burned out. We want them to value not only the work that they do, but also value their life outside of work, meaning being healthy, not being burned out. And so that is our hopes moving into the future. As we expand our services and our service offerings, we are going to need to recruit and retain additional staff members to our team. This means getting out there and letting individuals know what offerings we have for you to become an employee and what that means being part of the Westbrook team and all the great things that you're able to do to meet the needs of those individuals needing services. As we look to expand our services and bring on new team members, we will be sending out various different surveys for community needs assessments. We will be sending out surveys to collaborators, to the community at large, and to our staff, so we can get a better idea on the services that is needed in the communities that we don't yet provide, how well we are doing with our current service provision, and how we are doing in relations to our staff and being a wonderful employer for all of those that are part of our team.
Hey, welcome back to the Studio 2121 podcast. I'm Chase Goodwin, and I'm here with Adam Townsend, who is a peer support specialist here with us at Westbrook. Adam, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for joining me. So we're expanding to be a CCBHC, and as such, we're hiring for new positions and also existing positions at Westbrook. As a peer support specialist, do you want to talk a little bit about what you do here?
Yes, I'm a peer recovery support specialist. I help people with getting into and maintaining sobriety and recovery. I also am a lead case coordinator. We work with the magistrate court, and people come into our program. If they can stay clean and sober and complete our program, then we can get their charges dismissed. I'm also on the juvenile drug court treatment team, and we do peer support for juveniles.
Okay, so and what are the age ranges then that you serve?
12 to whatever.
Yeah, pretty much 12 and up. All right.
Yes.
That's awesome. Um, so peer support specialist is a very specific role and a newer role. Um, do you want to talk a little bit about your background and what motivated you to pursue this as a career?
I'm in recovery myself. I've got over 6 years clean and sober from substance use disorder and also mental health. I like to help people, and I thought this would be a good fit for me.
That's incredible that you've made. Congratulations, and
Thank you.
I think it's pretty noble to do what you're doing.
Thank you.
So when did you start doing this?
I started in 2021 doing mentoring at a place called the Hope Center. And then, so I've been doing it since then pretty much, but actual peer support I didn't really start until here.
Okay. And so now that you're here, what are some of your daily responsibilities, or what do you do with your day? Are you behind the desk a lot or client facing?
A little bit of both. I do juvenile drug court treatment team. I also do group supportive counseling at Amity and Exodus and CSU. I also do peer support with person-to-person peer support. So, I will help people with getting their driver's license or getting a Social Security card or looking for a job or getting to appointments or any type of thing like that. Anything that I can help them get and maintain sobriety.
And part of that sounds like you're trying to help them get to a place where they're independent and have all the things that's going to be necessary to apply for jobs or to move or travel or buy a home or anything like that, right? That documentation is important.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so that's a very critical role. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you interact with your clients and what that looks like?
Yes. So a lot of times you want to first make a connection with your clients. So I might share some of my story, particularly if I have a part of my story that fits with something that's going on with them. Because if you make a connection, then that's going to bring down some of the walls they probably have up. Then I can help them with getting a recovery plan put together. I can help them get into treatment. I can help them with getting like a birth certificate or driver's license, identification. I can help them with finding housing, and I can help them with finding employment.
Wow. Okay. And obviously, a lot of the challenges of this position is where you start, which is a pretty rough spot. And you've overcome those challenges and are seeking to help people come up with you. Do you want to talk a little bit about other challenges that you face in this position?
Well, sometimes the challenge is how well the client is doing, because when you've been through this similar things and then you see people going through these similar things and you get so involved with their lives, if they do bad, then it can be pretty hard on you. So it can be a bit emotional. Now, when there's good things, it's the opposite. Like it's wonderful when they're doing well, but if they're not doing well, then it's hard.
So it can take a toll because you have such a close interaction with your clients.
Yes.
I see. Has this role helped you develop as a professional? Have you gained skills from this position that you really value?
Yes, when I started here, even though I had done some mentoring, I didn't exactly know how to be a peer. And from this, I've learned to be a peer, and then I've also decided that this is the career field that I would like to be in, and started college working on my human services bachelor's degree.
And where are you working on that degree at?
Southern Wesleyan University online.
That's great news. Congratulations. I
Thank
wish
you.
you nothing but success with that.
Thank you.
So you have a very close interaction with your clients. Do you get to see the impact of your work pretty immediately, or?
Yeah, there's been times where I've had clients tell me that I saved their life. So you get to see just these people that are a lot of times homeless. Some of them are IV drug users and don't have anything. And it doesn't take real long to start seeing a big change. So you start seeing those changes and they keep growing and growing. It's amazing.
Wow. Is there any tools or technology that people need to be familiar with if they're going to be successful in this position?
You just need to have a very good knowledge of like 12-step groups. You need to know about the recovery facilities, not just in this area, but also in the state, because if you can sometimes you got to place people in treatment, and you need to know where and how to do that. You need to know things like, how to do things at the DHHR, know how to apply for HUD. You need to know how to get a driver's license. You just need to learn how to do, or already know how to do, all the things that it would take to get someone from being homeless and being a drug addict to being sober and have their lives together.
And it sounds a lot like your expertise does come from the fact that you've gone through a similar struggle, but also you're taking an abstract concept of how do I make someone better and taking it into concrete steps. Like, there are these programs available. This is where you need to be. Allow me to help you get going. And I think that's really great.
Thank you.
So what kind of training and support do you have in that position? Does Westbrook provide all those trainings? Did you do any trainings prior to coming here? Do you feel like you have support from the top down? Or?
Yeah, Westbrook's very supportive and does have a lot of trainings. Plus, they will send us to conferences. This year we've went to a QRT conference. We've went to the Appalachian Addiction and Prescription Drug Abuse Conference. We went to a peer retreat. And you get trainings there. And then I'm working on doing the Smart Recovery training. But I did already have the peer training. I'd already taken the peer training, was certified in Ohio when I started.
So you had a foot in the door, and then Westbrook provided you the trainings to really take it to that next level.
Yes.
Wow. And do you have any advice for someone who may be starting in recovery now and is maybe considering becoming a peer themselves?
Yes, this is a very rewarding job, but it can also be a very taxing job. So just be prepared. There is a lot of need, and I think peer support is wonderful and it's very helpful, but it can also be very demanding.
Like any job where you're investing yourself emotionally, it can maybe be tough, but the reward is immense.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me, Adam. I appreciate it. I think you're doing great work here, and I wish you success as you pursue your degree and as you continue working in this field and with Westbrook.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Studio 2121 podcast, brought to you by Westbrook Heath Services. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. You can find more of our episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Thanks.